Why are locals raving about this award-winning spot? Stick around because we're about to spill the tea. I'm Sandy Bobal-Zuniga, the founder of Colorado Springs Town Tidings. Be in the know on the go for all things Colorado Springs, delivered right to your inbox. In today's episode, we're spotlighting one of our most requested businesses to feature. I'm joined by Amanda Courtright, a culinary graduate and established caterer who opened Tea and Tidbits, which recently won Best of the Springs for Best Tea Shop. Amanda, welcome to the show.
Hi, Sandy. Thanks so much for having me.
I am so excited. As I said, my audience keeps asking me, you have to feature Tea and Tidbits. And I'm like, okay, okay. Well, here you go. We give the people what they want.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, before we start and before like all the awards and that beautiful shop that you have, who was young Amanda? How was it growing up? Did you grow up here in the Springs? And because you went to culinary school, was there any initial spark for cooking or food that basically said, hey, this is what you want to do?
Yeah. Well, I did grow up in Colorado Springs. I was born and raised here. Lived here my whole life. I won't tell you how many years that is. And I've raised a family here. Before going to culinary school, I was a wife and mother, and I had always enjoyed entertaining, having a themed dinner or, a matching dessert to go, with whatever season and things like that. And so I
You were
decided
one of those.
one of those, yes, one of those. I mean, even little things like the Olympics, we would have an opening ceremony dinner that the food featured from whatever country it was in. And so I decided to go to culinary school, and that kind of it sparked my love for catering, and that morphed into where I am now.
Wow. It sounds like even with the culinary, you are seem to be a woman of wanting experiences and to share experiences with others. Am I correct?
You are. I mean, sometimes it can be a bit much because I like to also tell, I like to not just show it, but to tell about it. And sometimes I get in the weeds about, making sure that it's exactly what, it's supposed to, exactly the right ingredients and not substituting and things like that. And sometimes it can be a bit much, but I do love the experience of things and sharing that with people so that other people can enjoy.
Right. I hear you. I get down into the weeds of things too. And sometimes it's like, okay, it's too much detail. But
Mhm.
what comes across so authentically is your passion and your enthusiasm for what you do and what you have going on. And that is just infectious. So anybody, as we go through and talk about some things, that is something I know that they're going to see probably both of us.
I hope so.
So you launched after culinary school, you launched a successful catering business. I think it was back in 2018. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, I
So what?
graduated and started. I knew I couldn't work in restaurant. I could work in restaurants. That was what I originally wanted to do. But I had a family at home, and when I was at the restaurants, I was thinking about my family. And when I was with my family, I was thinking about work, like most of us do. But I started to think of what can I do that allows more flexibility and more control over my schedule, and it was catering.
So are you still doing the catering part, or are you now just the tea room?
I do. I do still do catering. I in the tea room we do offer afternoon tea catering. So if somebody wanted to have a party, but they don't want to have it here, maybe it's a party that's bigger than what I can host, or they only want something in particular, not the full afternoon tea experience, then I can do the catering. I also do grazing boards, where I can put together a big like a charcuterie table, or really I can do all kinds of catering, and I still do.
Right. And so you have the catering business separate from tea and tidbits, or are they now intertwined?
They're intertwined.
Okay. So if somebody wants catering, they just come through you through Tea and Tidbits, and then you can talk about that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now with the catering, when you were catering, was there a specific style before you opened Tea and Tidbits, or was it just whatever anybody was requesting?
It started as meal prep and then kind of morphed into to other things, simpler things. I didn't work out of a completely full kitchen, and I know my capabilities. I'm not somebody that can cater steaks or a plated meal for a lot of people. I'm usually a one person band. It's always been smaller, and it because I like smaller things, I did start doing a lot of afternoon tea catering, and that's kind of how it morphed into where I am now.
Gotcha. I was going to ask you what made you take the leap from catering to afternoon tea, but not only that, and you just let us know that, but what specifically made you say, I need to open up my own tea room and make it a community thing?
Well, I was, like I said, I was doing a lot of afternoon tea catering, and I was working with one person in particular. I was doing a lot of their work for them. They had hired me to do a lot of their catering, and they wanted to kind of get away from doing that. But I saw that there is a demand for afternoon tea. It's such a fun experience. It's a novel idea for a lot of people. And there are other tea rooms in town, wonderful tea rooms in town, but we're a big town. There's a lot of room for afternoon tea. And I just, was very passively looking for a brick and mortar, and my location, it opened up and the stars kind of aligned, and I was able to get in here and hit the ground running. And that's how I ended up here opening Tea and Tidbits. It was the right time.
Right. And what year was that again?
2024. So I've been open here for about a year and a half.
I remember as I was looking for businesses and seeing what's going on around town for the Colorado Springs Town Tidings, I remember you announcing, and somehow you got on my radar. And I remember when it was just an empty space. And then when you started to put the things on the walls and all that, and I was excited for that. But we didn't connect at that time. But I saw your evolution, and it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. And there are still days when I walk in and I'm like awestruck with what we've created here. And I had wonderful support and fantastic family that helped make this vision come true. But I mean, yeah, I'm still, I sit in this tea room in this beautiful space, and I'm still in awe of how far it's come.
Yes, and you did a beautiful job just on the vibe and the feeling. So kudos.
Thank you.
So how does your culinary background change the game for the food, and how do you keep the experience feeling cozy and friendly instead of like a stuffy tea room type of feel?
Yeah. Well, we're in a very casual, it's a very casual environment, and we take you as you are. If you want to come in dressed to the nines in your Sunday best, that is fine with us. If you want to come in your slippers and your comfy clothes, that's fine with us too, because we all feel like that some days where we want to be out, and sometimes we want to be fancy, sometimes we don't. And so I want people to feel like they're visiting my home, like they're welcomed into my living room, and like I'm pouring them a pot of tea that I, had on my own stove. Um, so that's what we're going for here, and I think people really feel that. As far as the my culinary background and um, we kind of talked before about that experience and me wanting people to learn different things. And my being in culinary school, I was exposed to a lot of different techniques and a lot of different cuisines, and there's so much out there, so many different flavors to try and different forms of something. A chicken salad comes in many different flavors. And I like to introduce people to different foods and flavors and putting them together in a different way. And I think that going to culinary school it empowered me to do those things and to feel comfortable with trying a different way or a different flavor of chicken salad, for example, or different menus. And I really like the idea of trying something new every time I go, something that's familiar and different at the same time. So that's how my culinary training affected that.
I love that. I'm all for, well, my cooking is usually what do I have in the house, and I don't follow recipes. They're suggestions for me, but I'm
Yeah.
kind of the only one eating my stuff. So whatever, if it's not good, I'll still eat it. I don't do parties and things like that. So mine is what do we have and what am I putting together, and sometimes different spices, sometimes not, and see what comes out. So I'm all for taking regular ingredients and then just making it a little bit different. And it sounds like you're so basically if I'm coming in and it's chicken salad sandwich or something, it's not going to be the chicken salad I get at King Soopers, I'm assuming.
That's correct. Our menu description says to ask your server about today's current chicken salad because it
Ah,
changes. So right now it's a peach basil, so fresh peaches diced up and some basil in there, it's so fresh and springy and light. But I've done a couple weeks ago, I did a fruited chicken salad. So I had strawberries and pineapple and mandarin oranges and, whatever sounds fresh and good at the time, that's, how I'll change it.
yeah, that sounds a lot of similar to what I do at home.
Hmm.
We have, but you have the culinary background to actually make it into something that's really special. Mine is like, we'll see what we get.
Well, some days are like that too around here.
So like your egg, so chicken salad and egg salad are basically staples there that you'll always find them at the tea room.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I do change the menu 3 or 4 times a year, depending on the season. I like seasonality on a menu. I'm not serving soup right now. It's too hot. And
Yes.
I'm not likely putting fresh fruit in, the dead of winter into my food because yes, globally, we still get it from the market, but it's not the same. So seasonality is very important to me. So I do, like I said, I change the menu 3 or 4 times a year. So yeah, you'll always get the chicken salad and the egg salad. But right now, like for instance, I have a BLT on the menu, and it's made with a tomato bacon jam instead of traditional BLT with the slices of bacon and the tomato. It's a jam with lettuce on the bread, and that's a seasonal item. But then, in the fall, it'll be something warm, like a grilled cheese sandwich or things like that.
Right. And the soup comes back.
And the soup comes back. Yes, the soup comes back.
Right. Do you change out your desserts depending on the season too? Obviously, the fresh fruits or something different, but do you have any staple desserts or are they always changing depending on season?
Well, I do have some staple desserts right now. Well, all the time. My mom's famous chocolate ribbon cake, and
Ooh.
I bring my mom in to make it.
Oh,
Whenever
wow.
I call her up and I say, "Mom, I'm out of this cake, so come in and make it." So that is made by my mother, um,
That's
and
special.
yes, yes, and it's delicious. It's
What's your mom's name?
Claire
Claire.
Jaramillo. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And we know Claire. Claire's cake. I mean that you bring your mom in for that. I mean, that's you can't get more in my living room than that.
Mhm. Yeah. Yes. I could make the cake, but I don't think it would be the same. I just don't. There's my mom's love is in there, so yeah. But and my desserts, they change with my afternoon tea menu. Now, the afternoon tea menu is different than the lunchtime menu. Um, that changes very frequently, and so I also, as far as dessert, so my staple is the chocolate ribbon cake, like I said, but I also have a dessert plate, and you get three mini desserts, and those desserts would come from my afternoon tea menu, which is a preset menu.
Okay. So that's interesting. And then also I'm just trying to get my brain about around all the good stuff. It's like when should I go? I don't know. All the time I may live there. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I do. I like to, like I said, I change the menu, the afternoon tea menu, very frequently, to reflect what's going on. Like I said, seasonality or for an occasion. In March, I did an Irish themed menu for the for St. Patrick's Day, but then we also had the Winter Olympics. So the first half of the month was this Irish theme, and then the second half of the month was an Italian theme because the Olympics were in Italy. And then this whole summer, I'm doing like a road trip across the country and featuring different.
Not physically.
Not physically, no, no, just we're visiting in the tea room. We're visiting different regions of the country to kind of commemorate the country's 250th birthday in a way that features each region and what's special about the different regions in the country.
I think you have a special name for that.
I
What's
do.
what is that?
It's postcards from America, and each region has a different postcard that goes with it, and you can collect all six regions if you want to. Um, but it features a specific menu for each region for Postcards of America.
Nice. So, do they get an actual postcard?
They do. Yep, they do. I've made two. I'm giving you a preview. This is the one that's coming up. This is the Midwest. But it's
Okay, let's see. Let's see a little closer. All right. How cute is that? Now, where did you get it made? Because that looks like watercolor.
oh no. Well, I have a super awesome social media girl
Okay.
person. Her name is Sarah, and I say, Sarah, here's my vision, and she just takes care of it. So I don't know the magic that came into this, but the magic is Sarah. So
Very
I have a
cool.
wonderful, wonderful team. But
Okay.
that's the front, and then on the it's a postcard. It could be mailed, and
Yeah.
it has the whole
And so let's
menu on
see.
there.
Mini Chicago dog, a turkey and cherry preserves sandwich, chicken
Hmm.
wild rice salad, cheddar apple sandwich, scones with assorted spreads, layered gelatin dessert, Buckeyes. Oh, that is
Hmm.
Midwest. And Hoosier sugar cream pie, cherry pie bar. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks fun. So when does that one come out?
That one comes out July 1st. So
Okay,
the
so
region runs every 2 weeks.
every 2 weeks.
Yes, and then we go on to the next region. So
And so if somebody misses one, is there any kind of secret maybe they could catch up? We won't reveal it, but could there
yeah,
possibly be a surprise later on?
there could possibly be a surprise at the end. You might want to follow us on social media. There could be some voting involved, and we'll see about maybe putting it all together at the end.
Oh, how fun. Okay, so what are we? We are in the summer. The summer solstice just happened. So,
Yes.
so we are officially in summer. So what are we in right now? Which postcard?
Right now, as we're recording, this is the southeast, so it's all like pimento cheese tartlet and a ham and peach sandwich, Mississippi mud bars, and key lime pie. Posset. A posset is something that's featured a lot here in the tea room, and not a lot of people know what possets are. It's almost like a pudding. It's a real like silky dessert that's made with heavy cream, sugar, and citric acid. So in this case, key lime juice, fresh key lime juice. So it's kind of an ode to a key lime pie. And then sunshine cake, it's also called pig pickin' cake, which is a delicious little cake with, it's a yellow cake with mandarin oranges in it, and then topped with a pineapple vanilla frosting. It's delicious.
Interesting. So I'm gonna need the dates pretty much. You can give me, and then in the town tidings, hopefully we can have that where it's okay. We're starting a new one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the Midwest will start July 1st, and that'll run through the 15th. And
Okay.
then from the Midwest, we go to the Southwest, which I'm really excited for. And that'll be from the 16th of July through the end of the month. And then from the Southwest, we go to Colorado. And we're going to do specifically Colorado for 2 weeks because Colorado is celebrating its 150th birthday,
Right.
and which I think is great and fun. And then from there, after we do that, then we'll go to the West Coast. And then we'll see what happens after that. That gets us
Okay.
through the summer.
So now, Amanda, I love you, but I'm from Long Island, and I didn't
Mhm.
hear Northeast.
Well, we already did the Northeast. We started on June
Oh,
1st with that. I
I
know, I
missed
know.
it.
And it was a really fun menu. We had I did like a lox style bagel. It spread on an everything bagel. It was delicious. And brown. We made authentic Boston brown bread with beans. It was
Okay.
so good and so fun. And I think that my favorite dessert, it was super simple, but I did Toll House cookies because
Okay.
rumor has it they came from the Northeast with just a little sprinkle of salt on it. They were delicious. I forget that a simple chocolate chip cookie is so amazing, but I think it was my favorite thing.
I have to tell you, us New Yorkers, we say tall house, and just because that's what it is, it's a very tall house.
Mhm.
That's where it
Yeah,
comes from.
yeah.
When I moved out of New York, some people are like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "The tall house cookies." They
And
only come in
so
the back.
it's it is things like that I like. Everybody has a cookie, has a chocolate chip cookie. Everybody knows how to make a chocolate chip cookie, and everybody knows what a chicken salad sandwich is, but not everybody knows what Cape Cod chicken salad is.
Right.
And the flavors there, because we might not make those same flavors on the West Coast or in the Southwest. And that's what I have loved so much about this postcards from America that I'm doing, is being able to bring in all these different flavors that, like, I've born and raised here. I've never experienced beans on toast from
Right.
on Boston bread.
Neither
So
have I, just so you know. That was too far north.
yeah, yeah. And just for me, the experience of making the bread, it's made traditionally in a mason jar, and that's what I did.
Oh,
And then introducing that to people who maybe won't ever try it or wouldn't have ever tried it without being here. And so that I
or they were
really,
in that region or grew up there, and it's like, oh my goodness,
yes,
right here.
yes, yeah.
I mean, this is so incredibly creative. I love it. And just, I love how your brain works. I always get crazy ideas, and what's wonderful is when we can put them into fruition, we can make them happen. It's like, hey, I got this crazy idea. Well, you've got this tea room, and you're making these postcards from America tea experience happen, and that is just awesome. So, what is your favorite regional dish to create so far?
So far, let me see. Well, right now in the southeast that we're doing, I have a ham sandwich, and it has a peach and red pepper chutney on it. And it's bright and fun and unexpected. And so far, that's been my favorite savory. I really, really have enjoyed this menu. But I'm really looking forward to the Southwest. As somebody who's grown up in Colorado, I had family in New Mexico. I visited the Four Corners area. And I mean, I guess I'm a Southwest girl. So I'm really looking forward to that menu. I can't wait. That's going to be fun.
So what's going to be different between Southwest and Colorado menu?
Well, that was challenging. That was really challenging because we're not quite Southwest, but yes, we're
Right.
West Southwest. We have a lot of overlap. So the Southwest flavors are a little spicier. And I did bring some of those flavors into Colorado, but I'm kind of focusing more on what we grow here and what we do here. So, there's a goat cheese tartlet, and
Oh, I love goat cheese.
yes, yes. And we have peaches here, and we have melons here, and corn, and again, I know a lot of those things grow other places and they're featured other places, but we do them differently here. So um, eh, we do corn things different in Colorado than they do in the Southeast or in the Midwest, and so I just really, for Colorado, I tried to focus on what we grow and the way that we do things a little differently.
Gotcha. So I know that there's a lot of Southwest that has, I think, I'm not well versed in this, but something that in the past couple of years kind of came across um, my radar is something called Mexican street corn.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that is going to be maybe on the menu?
I'm trying to think. I don't think it is.
Oh,
I
okay.
think there is, and there's so many. So there's 4 to 5 savories, and 2 scones, and 4 to 5 desserts on each menu. And so there's so many different things, rolling around in my brain, and now I can't remember exactly what's
Okay.
on that Colorado menu. But I think there is something with corn and green chili, but now I don't remember exactly.
Right. So if you have that, since you're excited about the Southwest menu coming up, I'm sure maybe you don't have all the things kind of memorized, but is there one dish that you're really excited that you can't wait to make and bring out that you can give us a sneak peek on what it might be?
Yes, I have a prickly pear mousse
Oh,
as one of the desserts, and I'm really excited for that one.
where are you getting the prickly pears from?
We'll see. I'll,
Because
I'll, that's,
I looked, but I haven't seen them in the grocery stores. So
yeah, yeah. Well, it's one of those things that I will definitely be challenged to figure out, but I'm excited for that. That's why I'm so excited about it. It's because it is going to be challenging, and it's not something that most people have probably tried. So,
right. So that's going to be one of those. We'll see.
yes, yes, yeah. And that's
Ah,
I don't usually publish my menu, my the afternoon tea menu specifically. It's one of those things when you get here, we'll tell you what it is, and it's a little bit of a surprise. And so,
so I
but
won't tell
publishing
anybody what we just talked
that's
about.
okay. But publishing the postcards, I am committed to the menus that I've created, and that's a little bit different for me. Like I said, I don't usually do that, but it also really helps me focus on the flavors and what I'm doing, and so I could probably use a little more focus sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
That is just awesome. So that's the whole Postcard of America series, which will be, but when this comes out, it will be running. And then, what do you do kind of for, so then it'll go into the fall, then Christmas, then you'll have Valentine's, and then the spring, and all that kind of stuff. So, what can my audience experience when they come in, maybe seasonal, because I know you said you changed your menu every sounds like kind of every quarter-ish. And is that for the seasons?
Yes, it is. It is. And the afternoon tea menu itself changes more frequently. Based on the seasons, I like for the food to reflect what's in season right now. So when we get into the fall, we're going to have those summer harvests. So I'm going to try to utilize those flavors and the beautiful produce. And then as we move into, later in the fall and the winter, I get ready for the holidays, and I haven't decided on my menu yet because it's
That's
still,
fair enough.
yes. But I do like to have, again, things that are seasonal and things that reflect the moment. And like last year for Christmas, I did Christmas around the world. And
Okay.
so the menu featured holiday items, so that are celebrated not just in the United States, not just in the UK, but all over. I had a Jamaican black cake, is what it was called, and it's a very dark cake made with I made it with a very strong brewed tea, and it was similar to a spice cake, but it was a Jamaican inspired cake, and just different flavors from, like I said, around the world to reflect other cultures and things like that. And so the menu, it'll keep you on your toes. Like, you might not get the same if you come in this week. You're probably not going to get the same thing on afternoon tea at the end of the month.
Right. Well, that's good and bad because now it feels like I don't want to miss anything. So
Mhm.
I have to come very often, or I just, hope something else, but I like that it changes. And so I'm assuming in my mind I've got things like, as you said, after summer, we've got summer harvest. So a lot of the summer zucchinis,
Mhm.
um, the summer squash and zucchinis, and then also the chili peppers from
Chili,
Pueblo.
yes, for sure, for sure. Yeah, Colorado girl, I can't go without my chili.
Right. And like you talked about, like Georgia's famous for their peaches. And I actually lived there. I went to college there. And so they were like softball size, picked off the tree. Ours, when we get from the Western Slope, Palisades and everything, I don't find them as big. And maybe tiny part of the harvest might have bigger ones,
Yeah.
but they seem to be smaller. I mean, they're not tiny, but they're about average size. But because I was in Georgia, I knew what, the big ones were. But
Yeah.
like you said, we do things a little bit different here. So then, and also the Rocky Ford melons, like you said.
Yes. Yeah.
We got to go out there and get all of that. And it's cantaloupe and watermelons. They're famous for, and also the honeydew.
The honeydew. Yeah. Yeah.
So all of that will be in your menu, on your menu sometime because we're not yet in harvest, and that will come. And
Yes.
oh, and everything is so ripe. It tastes so good.
Yes, that is my favorite thing, is that it's in season. It's so important to me. I'm sure, like, I know that's not as important to everybody. Some people, if you want a strawberry in January, they want a strawberry in January, and it's not a big deal. But it matters to me that it's in season, and it's fun, I think, to do things that way.
Yes, well, they just had, it was probably a couple weeks ago. Strawberries were showing up in the store
Mhm.
and the farmers markets and stuff. So we bought some, and oh my goodness, there is nothing better in the world, I don't think, as a fresh, ripe
Ripe
strawberry
strawberries. Mhm.
that is sweet,
Uh-huh.
naturally sweet and juicy.
Yes.
OMG. It
Yeah.
is the best.
Mhm. Yes.
However, you can't find them. And then we, started buying some more and they just weren't that. And it's just like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
price of a good one. And that was it.
That was it. That was it. Oh, and for me, it's blackberries when you just get the right, and it's not tart, and it doesn't make you pucker. It's just so sweet and juicy, and oh, I love when things are in season. That's just, yeah.
I think you and I would have fun at the farmer's market,
Yes.
just going together.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
And then what I'm envisioning kind of is like in the fall, then the winter squashes come, which are actually my favorite. I'm not a fan of the summer squashes. They have too much water in them for me. I can't figure out how to cook them well, which means I need to just come over to you and then just eat what you have. And then I don't
Yes.
have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But I love winter squashes. So, and nothing beats a good acorn squash. You
Mm,
bake it, you put some seasoning in it. If you want to put, whatever else,
yeah.
cut the top off and you got your own bowl. You
Right.
eat it through there. I mean, it's nature's way of going, hey, I got you covered.
Right, right. Don't do dishes. Don't worry about it.
Right. Right. So I can envision in the tea room having those flavors because we
Mhm.
do grow those winter squashes around the area.
We
And
do.
so
Yeah.
you could have a lot of those in there. So do they show up in?
They do. They do. Last year, I made a beautiful butternut squash soup that was on the menu.
Ooh,
I am not the biggest fan of winter squashes.
that's
But
funny.
yeah, but this butternut squash soup, even people that don't like butternut squash said that it was delicious and they really enjoyed it because it was just very simple and and warm and comforting and perfect for the season. And people asked about that even after it was long off of my menu.
Wonderful. And I get that. I mean, the squashes too are similar to the other produce or the melons, where you can get one and like butternut squash could be more on I mean, it's always savory, but it has a little bit more of a sweeter taste than kind of like a bland, sawdusty kind of taste,
Yeah.
which that's where most people don't like it is because of that. So it really depends on the ripeness, just like melons when you have to tap it and smell it and stuff, similar to those squashes, what I found.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Do you do all pumpkin stuff in the fall?
I don't do all pumpkin stuff. And I have a very hard line about pumpkin spice flavors. I absolutely will not start using any of those kinds of flavors until it is officially fall.
I love that.
I watch the calendar and I know that other places will start with the pumpkin spice lattes first thing in August. That I will warn people now that does not happen here, not until it is officially fall.
I love that part. So please tell me you don't put the Christmas tree up until after Thanksgiving.
Well, I have to tell you, I actually have the Christmas tree up right now. And I'll just turn my camera.
This goes away from your
I know,
the
I know.
set.
So I don't know. Can you see that?
I can't see it.
That's yeah, right there is my pink um tree. It stays that pink tree. So it's flocked with white flock on it. It stays up all year and we change it out based on what we have going on in the tea room. I know. And I'm not usually a keep the tree up kind of girl, not at home for sure. But the pink tree was given to me when I first opened to have in the tea room for decorating because we opened in November of 2024 and soon after we started decorating for Christmas. So a friend of mine gave me this tree and she said she had cats and she couldn't have it because of
Yes.
flocking. And so I put it up and then we realized that it makes a huge mess with all the flocking. So I said, okay, well, it lives here now. I'm not taking it down because I don't want the mess everywhere. And then it just kind of turned into a thing. So it turned into kind of a challenge of how can we decorate it all year long. And I
Okay.
didn't think we were going to be able to do it, but almost a year and a half later, it hasn't. We haven't taken it down. So right after Christmas, we put up Valentine's Day stuff, or not long after Christmas, we put up Valentine's Day stuff. It's a pink tree, so it's great with hearts and
Right.
red and pink and white. And then we take that down and put up for, I've done Mardi Gras, I've done St. Patrick's Day, and right now it has postcards actually from all over the country. It has almost every state on there. And we've done, the red, white, and blue for Memorial Day and for the 4th of July, and it stays up all year long.
All right, I'm going to give you an out on this one. So it's not a Christmas tree, it's a decoration tree. You're good.
Yes.
You are
Yes.
good all year round now.
Yes. But I don't start decorating all of the tea room for Christmas until after Thanksgiving. It is an after Thanksgiving.
Okay. You redeemed yourself.
Yes, we have fun decorating around here. We love it. And I love every single holiday by itself. So
Right.
I will put up Thanksgiving decorations. I have plates on the wall behind me that I change out for every season right now because we're doing this postcards from America. There's state plates up there.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So we see. I can just grab this one. See if I can grab it without bringing. This is
right. Utah.
Yeah. And we have I have Hawaii and Alaska. We have so many plates that my team and I collected. So the plates change and the decor changes.
I was going to say, so are you telling me that not only for an experience, I can have the experience for my mouth for culinary, but also for what is the decorations, but not only decorations, but the meaning behind them. You don't just put up, it doesn't sound like willy-nilly decorations. You have meaning behind everything you do, from the menu to the decor and all that. So when you walk into the tea room, even though it's got the same wall colors, what's on those will change.
Yes, it does.
How awesome is that?
Yes. Even we have tables with glass tops on them, and we'll put, like right now, there's road maps underneath the glass.
Oh,
so,
right.
Like everything changes.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy. There is a reason to come in every couple weeks, for sure.
Yes, I think so.
Well, I'm also thinking so too. So something that really stood out to me, just kind of looking around and learning more about you, is your partnership with Stellar Care to hire individuals with special needs. Why is building an inclusive, heart-centered workspace so deeply personal to you?
Well, like I said, I was born and raised here. I grew up here. This is my town, and the tea room is, only a couple of miles from my house and where I live where I've raised my family. And it's only a couple of miles from where I grew up and where I went to school. And, I've seen a lot change and grow in this town. And I love where I live. I love the community. I love the people. And if I can give somebody an opportunity, then I will do what I can to give somebody an opportunity. If I can help, I want to do that. And so partnering with Stellar Care has been great. We have a wonderful hostess who's here on Saturdays. And I hope that she's gaining skills that will help her to be successful other places. If she wants to, she can stay here as long as she wants to. And it just, I'm in the community. This is where I live, where I will live forever, I hope. And I want to do what I can to enrich the community in, the ways that I'm capable.
That's beautiful. And thank you for that. I think we could use more Amandas in the world, in our community. We have a wonderful community as it is, but it's people like you that help enrich it so much and make it even better. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
So where is the tea room? Where can we come and park and walk in?
Yeah, so the address is 3307 North Academy Boulevard. and it's in the Village 7 area. Whenever people call to ask where we are, I always ask if they've been in Colorado Springs for very long. And if you have, then I will tell you that we're in the old Safeway Shopping Center.
Okay.
If you have, you know where that is. But if you don't, we're at Carefree and Academy.
Okay.
We're bordered on the north, it's Carefree, and then south is Parkmore Village Drive. So, like, we're in a little shopping center. There's a Thai restaurant next to us. There's a great big thrift store in the same area. There's a CVS, and we're kind of diagonal from Wade's Cafe. It's a little breakfast place. So a staple. It's been a staple since I was a kid. So we're at, we're kind of anymore the heart of the city. Like, it's right in the middle, the way that the city has grown out.
Right. I was going to say, not so much anymore. You're not downtown. You're more
Mm-hmm.
north.
Yeah, geographically.
And yep. But when you were growing up, that was probably more of the
yes. Yes. Yeah.
Because now you got powers and all that stuff, and that's just crazy. So Carefree. Okay. So, and then how can they find you online?
The website is teaandtidbits.com. It almost looks like a typo because it's TEAANDTIDBITS.com. So there's two A's. You have to remember to put the two A's in there.
Right. And so I'm curious, how did you come up with the name?
I was just kind of putting words together and just kind of fiddling around, and it just kind of, there wasn't a big epiphany or anything. It was just kind of brainstorming.
What's your tidbits?
All those little foods, well, I mean, it could be a couple of things. I like the double meaning of the tea. There's actual tea, but we do talk about spilling the tea, and tidbits are little bites, but also could be tidbits for your ears.
Tip.
So
little things going around.
Yeah. So I like that double, that it could be kind of a double fun meaning.
And who knows? We're not gossiping. They're just little tidbits.
Right.
We don't gossip around here.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're good. That's interesting too. And basically now looking back from the opening in late 2024, and like I said, I watched you grow. I watched you put the plates on there and just the evolution, which was awesome. But from opening then to winning gold recently, what has surprised you most about maybe yourself or the community that's embraced Tea and Tidbits?
Well, winning gold was completely unexpected. Completely unexpected. Like I said, we have wonderful tea rooms in town. And they all do different things. And so I was, when you're part of that group, they send you a message, they notify you that you're in the top 3. And they tell you about 2 months before they give you the results. It's a very long 2 months. Let me just tell you that. But so I knew I was in that, I knew I was in the top 3. I did not expect to be gold beyond my wildest dreams. I wasn't expecting that. But it's wonderful. It's still I still find it hard to believe some days, and it's something that we're going to always strive for. But what I have learned and been the most surprised about is I have regulars. It wasn't something that I really thought about, but we have a very loyal following of people who, they walk in, and I know, for instance, that Jasmine is going to start with the lemon curd tea. And I know that, I've had people bring me Christmas cards and gifts, and they've celebrated multiple anniversaries already. And they came for Mother's Day last year and they came back this year, and multiple birthdays and things like that. And just the people have kind of they feel the passion that we have here, and they are enjoying it and appreciating it and knowing where we're coming from, and they can feel our passion. And that I did not expect. I didn't really think about it. I thought, I'm opening a restaurant, this is going to be great, and I'm going to serve great food to people. And regulars I didn't know that was going to happen. So that's been great.
And actually, it does not surprise me with just the feel you're trying to make in there. It's like bringing them into your home and your living room and stuff. Of course, they're going to be coming back and be regulars because they feel like they are home, and you welcome them warmly. That you feel like a sister, or an aunt, or cousin, the best cousin, your favorite cousin or something.
Yeah.
So it doesn't surprise me at all.
Well, thank you.
So how many people can you fit in your space?
Comfortably, we can fit 35.
Okay. So I know that not only do you have the lunch, the afternoon tea, but also you do other things for the community. If you can speak to that, like sometimes fundraisers.
Yes, we partner with Sue's Gift in the fall, late September. And it's an organization that helps women who are experiencing gynecological cancers. They support them in many different ways. And so we host a fundraiser for them here with an afternoon tea. I've also, for the last couple of years, I've done a tea for the Star Legacy. Star Legacy Foundation. They work with, they support women who have experienced loss, whether it's children or just their own, whether it's mother or grandmother, or they have experienced some kind of loss, and we support that by doing a bereaved mother's afternoon tea. We've done that the last couple of years. So I like to work with organizations that are doing good things in the community, and each, and I won't get too much into the details, but each organization that I have partnered with has, whether I've been affected or somebody who matters very much to me has been affected, that's usually how I support those organizations, how I choose them.
So if anybody wants to rent out the tea room, they can, right?
Yes, we host parties. We do lots of bridal showers, lots of baby showers. I did an anniversary party, and I'm always willing to help somebody, make their celebration special. We had a bridal shower here, and a beautiful young lady, and the family was so excited, and it kind of hit all of us here in the tea room that, oh my gosh, we're part of somebody's special occasion. I mean, it's one thing for you to come in and enjoy a lunch and spend time with your friend, your mom, your sister, your uncle, whoever. And I love that people do that and they feel comfortable. But I love that we can be part of somebody's special occasion. That's something that they will think about, for an anniversary and things like that. Like, oh, when I had my bridal shower, it was at this lovely little tea room in Colorado Springs. And, so yes, we love to be part of those celebrations.
Yeah. And the memories.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, it's nice.
So when you do those are after hours?
It depends. It depends. If it's a large, something large, we will accommodate if it's going to fill up the tea room because it's the tea room is it's open, very big and open. So we want you to have your own special time, and so we make those accommodations. And it just depends on meeting everybody's needs and the best
It's
we can.
a as needed kind of, they contact
Yes.
you, you
Yep.
see what they want, you see if you can accommodate, and then whether it will be during regular hours or maybe after hours. It's
Yeah.
a special inquiry kind of thing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, great. We have covered a ton, but are there any pieces that maybe I've missed that you want my audience to know about?
Um, No, we do a lot of, in addition to, the expected events like Christmas and Mother's Day, we do other little things. We have had a couple of princess parties here in the tea room where we've had some singing princesses come in. We have one coming up on July 19th. So there will be more information about that on the website coming soon. We've had several author events where authors come in and they've read from their books and discuss their books. And we have one coming up in August. And, we try to do like special little things to bring people in and introduce them to tea and get them, a fun experience. And so we like to utilize the space in a way that everybody can enjoy something.
Right. Okay. So, Amanda, thank you so much for sharing your journey with us today and for creating such a special gathering place for our community. For everyone listening who wants to experience Tea and Tidbits for yourself, visit teaandtidbits.com. And again, that's TEANDTIDBITS.com to explore or book your afternoon tea experience. And conversations like this remind me that behind every local business is a passionate person with a unique vision for making our community better. And Amanda is definitely one of those. You can tell just by how she talks about it and how she lights up that it's just someplace we've got to be. We all have to just walk in the room. And that's exactly why these spotlights matter so much. If you want to discover more incredible local businesses and stay connected to everything happening in the Springs, subscribe to cos.towntidings.com. I'm Sandy Bobal-Zuniga, celebrating our city one business at a time, and I'll see you next week.
Thank
Bye,
you,
Amanda.
Sandy. Thank
You're welcome.
you.